In this video, we're going to be looking at working with the model in views. Oftentimes, we need to hide and show certain edges of a part. Doing that in SolidWorks is fairly easy. Go ahead and zoom in on this view right here. Let's say, for instance, I need to hide one of these edges. All I need to do is select the edge, and in the shortcut pop-up menu that comes up, there's a Hide Show Edges icon, and simply click that icon. Now this has a couple of edges right over top of each other, so that's why we're not seeing it hidden. But if I continue to do that, finally we get a hidden edge. I can also access the Hide and Show Edges from the Line Format toolbar. The Line Format toolbar can be accessed by right-clicking on the Command Manager and choosing Line Format. I have the toolbar displayed. I have it down at the bottom of my graphics area, and here's the icon for Hide and Show Edges. If I click on the Hide Show Edges icon, that brings me into the Hide Show Edges Property Manager. From here, I can select edges to hide or show. Notice my mouse cursor. On the left button is a Hide Show icon, and on the right button is the green check mark or OK. To hide additional edges, I can click on the edges I'd like to hide. If there are edges that are hidden, I can click on them to show them. I also have some other options here in the Hide Show Edges. I can hit Reset All, and that will reset all the hidden edges to visible. I can also use some of these tools to hide edges automatically for me. And I can hide non-planar edges or blend edges. In addition to hiding and showing edges of a part, we can also show edges of hidden features in a view. For instance, in the front view of this cylinder, I would like to show the screws that go into the back of the cylinder. I can do this in a couple of ways. If I right-click on the view, go to Properties, and click on the Show Hidden Edges tab, then I can pick features to show the hidden edges of. In order to pick features, I can come to the properties of the view, click on the title Drawing View 16, and that brings a flyout feature manager into the graphics area. I'll go ahead and expand the feature manager. We're on the Details 1 page, Drawing View 16, and here I have access to my model. I'll expand the model and look for the feature that I want to show. In this case, it's the M2.2 by 45 tapped hole, as well as the linear pattern. Notice that as I select them from the feature manager, they're added to the list in the Show Hidden Edges tab. I can click Apply and then OK to close the dialog. And now you can see that I have the screw holes showing in this front view. To hide those edges again, right-click on the view, go to Properties, Show Hidden Edges tab, and now I can right-click and clear selections, apply and OK. And now those screw holes are hidden. I can also use the Feature Manager. In this case, I'll expand Drawing View 16, then Cylinder, and then right-click on the feature that I want to show, go to Show Hide, and Show Hidden Edges. This method also puts the feature in the Show Hidden Edges tab of the View Properties. So if we look at the View Properties, go to the Show Hidden Edges tab, sure enough, there's my hole. Again, I can right-click, clear selections, apply, and OK to remove that hidden feature. I can also hide and show components of an assembly. Let's look at a couple of examples. We'll go ahead and switch to the Details 2 page for right now. And I'm going to add a model view of my assembly. Since I don't have it open in SolidWorks, I have to browse for it. So we'll go ahead and open up the vertical steam engine assembly. And I'll add a view and maybe project another view. I'll change the view scale just for clarity. In this case, I want to show the flywheel in the front view here of my vertical steam engine model. In order to show that as hidden edges, I can right click on the front view, go to View Properties, and select the Show Hidden Edges tab. With the Show Hidden Edges tab active, I can select the components that I would like to show the hidden edges for. In this case, I'll choose the flywheel that I can see in the front view. That adds the component to the list, and I can click Apply and OK. Now you can see that the flywheel is showing as hidden in the front view. If I want to hide that component, right-click on the view, go to Properties, Show Hidden Edges tab, right-click in the selection box and clear selections. I'll go ahead and click Apply and OK, and the flywheel is now hidden again. I can also pre-select the flywheel from the Feature Manager tree. On the Details 2 page, I'll go ahead and open up View 24, as that's the view that contains our steam engine assembly. Expand the assembly, and find the flywheel component. I can right-click on the flywheel component, go to Show Hide, and Show Hidden Edges. Now you can see that we have the hidden edges of the flywheel component showing in our front view. Now to hide the flywheel component, I can come down to the flywheel again in the Feature Manager, right-click, Show Hide, and Hide Hidden Edges. We can also hide entire components if we need to. The easiest way to hide a component is to right-click on the component in the view, go to Show Hide in the right-click menu, and Hide Component. That will hide the component from the view. This is a good method for hiding single components. If I right-click on the view, go to Properties, and go to the Hide Show Components tab, you can see that the reverse lever is now showing in the Hidden Components list. Again, to clear this list, I can either right-click on the component and delete, or I can clear all selections entirely. I'll go ahead and clear selections and hit Apply and OK. And my reverse lever is now back in the view. If I need to hide a lot of components at once, I can use the Hide Behind Plane functionality. To use this functionality, I can select a plane from the Feature Manager, right-click on the plane, and then choose Hide Behind Plane. This gives me a preview in all my views of where that plane is at and in which direction the components will be hidden. I'm going to go ahead and hit reverse direction, and we'll click OK. And any components that are behind that plane in that direction will be hidden. Similarly, I can right-click on the front plane, choose Hide Behind Plane, and click OK. And all the components that are behind that plane are now hidden. This means that if I have several planes set up in my assembly, I can use them as hiding planes. Again, to see the components that are hidden, we can right-click on the view, go to the View Properties, and Hide Show Components. You can see here the list of hidden components. If I want to show everything again, right-click in the list and clear selections. There are times where we may need to rotate a model in a view to get a clearer view of the components. To rotate the model in a view, I can use the 3D Drawing View tool from the heads-up display. I'll go ahead and select the 3D Drawing View and select the view that I would like to rotate. In this case, let's rotate the front view a little bit, and I want to get a good picture of the steam valve area. I can zoom, pan, and rotate within this 3D View tool, and I have access to my standard views from the drop-down. Once I'm satisfied with the zoom level and orientation, I can actually save this as a named view back to the part file. Let's call this rotated, and I'll Because this was a parent view and the right side was a projected view, any of the child views are going to be affected by what I do at the parent level, which is why this view rotated. Let's go ahead and make this a front view again. One thing that can help us with view rotation is to save named views in the model file. For instance, if I open up this cylinder body and I rotate to a position that I'd like, I can save this as a named view. Call this rotation 1. And that view is now available in my drawing views. I'll switch back to the drawing and I'll select that drawing view, and you can see that we have rotation 1 now in the list of available views. So as we've seen, we can hide and show edges of the model, we can hide and show components, and we can rotate our model view to get a clear picture of the design we're trying to communicate.